Hey everyone, Mango7Roll here. How we doing today? Welcome to another episode of Princess Connect, and I am 10 out of 10 of this game right now. I am loving it to death. This is my second day playing. I basically played it 24/7 yesterday, also known as 24/1 since it was only one day. And we're going to walk you through how to re-roll, kind of who to reroll for, and more specifically how to not screw up your instance and how to actually get it working, because so many people can't, and it's frustrating for me because I write down the text and then people skip steps. You can't skip steps. Emulators are finicky, and even if you follow the steps, stuff can go wrong because they're just so finicky. So follow the steps exactly how I do them and you should come out on top and successful. So first things first, all of these Discord links and information were all from Discord and Reddit, basically. Thank you so much for all of those resources. They've been a wonderful community. This specific one here is a kind of like a starter tier list for ones that help you out the most with the story. I don't know how accurate it is, but I can say right now I have two of the units in T0 here. This one here with the purple hair, and this one as well. Both of them are fantastic tanks, and they've definitely helped me out. Left one is Nozomi. This one is Shizuru, I think. And I also started out with this one here. So I got three stars on my opening re-roll, and this one not too great at the start, but does pretty well. So this is what I would follow. This isn't how powerful the characters are. Generally kind of correlates, but in most situations, this is for people who are amazing in the story that'll help you get going faster. So step one, figure out what waifus you want and go with that, because that's more important than the tier list, obviously. Step two, you're going to need a ton of links. Everything you need to download is in the link description below. First off, you are going to need BlueStacks 4, and the way to get BlueStacks 4 is use my link down there. That is an affiliate link, just to let you know. It gives me money every time you click on it, just to be completely open, and it helps me out so much, so flipping much. So thank you so much if you use it. They don't have one available yet for Princess Connect because it's not really available that way yet. But what you can do is click download AFK Arena on PC here, and it will install BlueStacks and get everything going for you until our next step. And again, thank you so much for using the link. You don't have to play AFK Arena. It's a great game. I'm actually playing it right now, but just click on the link, helps out, and we're good to go there. Next up, we're also going to need BlueStack Tweaker, which is available on this site here, link in the description below as well. The current version of BlueStack Tweaker, blah, 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 that's the one you're going to need. Just hit download here. That's where you want to get it going. You're also going to need the APK, which I personally get from APK Pure. The link is in the description below there, and you hit download XAPK here, and voila, those are all the files you need. Now that we have all the files you need, I will also link you to the Discord post or the Reddit post from Chaos XYZ. And this is what I used, and thank you so much. It's set up great and really gets things going. So I will leave that down there as well. And this is kind of what we're going to do just visually instead of otherwise. So now that you have all of the things, you've got your BlueStacks installed. You've got everything else here. This is your APK, this is your BlueStacks Tweaker, and this is your two BlueStacks things, BlueStacks Regular and BlueStacks Multi-Instance. If this did not go onto your desktop, just go down to search and type BlueStacks, and it should come up. You want the Multi-Instance Manager. You want to right-click on that here and run as administrator. It's very important to run it as administrator. Definitely not safe because you should never let anybody have administrator, but it does help it run better, which is super important. From then you have this BlueStacks Multi-Instance Manager window. You want to click on New Instance here, and you want to click on Fresh Instance. And this is a part that people, it didn't matter how many times I said it in the last video, you have to run Nougat 64-bit. If you don't have this, it's not going to work. You need Nougat 64. Depending on which version of BlueStacks it downloads you, you will have to maybe download the 64 version as well, which is really easy. It just pops up and you'll have to hit a button. So you want to hit next once you have Nougat 64-bit. You then want to select basically the most cores your CPU can handle, and you can change these settings after if you need to. So I hit high for 4. My CPU is 8 cores. And then I hit 4 gigs of RAM, and I have 16 gigs of RAM in my PC. The rest is just orientation. It doesn't really matter too much, but generally the lower the better if you're looking for better frame rate while re-rolling. And we're only going to do one instance for now. So we'll hit create here. And this reroll process takes 3 minutes and 30 seconds to get to the guaranteed SSR once you know what you're doing and get it set up. And 2 minutes and 20 seconds or so after that to get to the 10 pull all the way to the start of the next rotation. So it takes you about 6 minutes in total to get a full rotation of a SSR guaranteed and then a 10 pull after. So it's definitely one of the quicker rerolls and least painful rerolls possible as well. So now, now that we've got our new thing, give it a new name like Precon is great. Sure, that's our new name, and we're just gonna hit start. And once we hit start here, we're going to have the APK ready. And the instance may look a little different depending on, again, what version you are of BlueStacks. But it's all pretty much similar. Once this finishes uploading, and the first time will take a bit longer to load, especially if you don't have all of the necessary things enabled to make emulators a little bit faster. There's a lot of it, unfortunately, which we'll cover in another video. So once we've got that going, we wait, and we're gonna want to do Google Play later. You don't need it right off the bat. And again, the reason why we have to do it this way or through an Android device on your actual physical device is because it is currently in a soft launch. It's not available on iOS right now, and you basically just have to do a little bit of shenanigans to get in there right away. The server and everything will be staying. It's just a soft launch already right at the start. This process will also work on your Android mobile device as well, but I don't know how to do that because I use iOS in physical form. So now that you're here, you've got this in here, and what you're gonna do is go to the right side. You have this here. You got this here. You see that up there? So we're gonna wanna go to install APK. We're gonna click on this, or we can hit Control-Shift-B, and you're gonna wanna find the APK right here, the one you already downloaded. Once you select it, it'll install it into BlueStacks 4, and you just wait a second. And once it's done, we will open it up, and there is a ton to do, a ton of stuff to download. So I'm gonna have to skip through a lot of the stuff right now, but I will try to show you all of the important parts. And what you're gonna wanna do is play until the very first guaranteed SSR pull you have. So you can do that by yourself. Just choose whatever settings you want. And once you're there, we'll meet you at the same spot together. You also don't want to sign into Google Play or anything else like that. You want to stay as a guest account to start with. And we can also go through the lowest settings possible if you want, but if this is your first time, I recommend watching everything at the start just for the experience. But afterwards, you don't have to download this a second time. You only have to download the first time going through. You can also skip every single cutscene except for one as you're going through. You just got to double click. Or when text starts to pop up in the top right, there's going to be a little icon. You could even skip the battles with that if you click the top right menu button. And again, just spam click and you can skip through this. And the only one you can't skip is the one that you have to name yourself. But you can name yourself whatever you want because you can just change it after. And like I said, there's a ton of downloads. And our first pull here, this is completely random. I believe you can get anybody in the game here. And who are we going to get? Your big, best girl. This is my favorite character. I love her so much. She's so precious. We actually got my favorite person, Shizuru, who we were actually hoping to get on my account, who I did get, by the way. So at this point here, this is where you can do the process we will do later, but we'll show you how to do it. I recommend doing a full run first. That's really awesome we got that. So now we're just gonna go ahead until we get control of the game, which will take us just a little bit here. about 2 minutes extra. We just have to clear 1-2. And once you're done that and you have control, we'll have to link one of our accounts, which we'll show you how to do as well. And as we finish up this last massive download, I promise it's the last one. You don't have to do anything major like this again after the first time. We get our good luck stamp sheet, our login bonus, and we are set to start pulling. So the first thing you're going to want to do is go to the menu here. And then you want to go to none. You're going to want to go to account link. And then account link again. And this is one I can't show you because my account is already linked. But you're going to want to get a Crunchyroll account. You don't have to sign up for anything monetarily or anything like that. Just get a free Crunchyroll account. And you're going to sign it up and bind it to this one. Don't worry, we can unbind it after. Once you bind your Crunchyroll account, you're going to get 2,000 gems in the mail. So we'll go back to home, we'll hit present box, and there will be, I think it's actually in the missions, there will be 2,000 gems worth. We'll scroll to the bottom. Yeah, 1,000 for Crunchyroll and then 1,000 for any account. And again, you can bind and unbind to your heart's desire. After that, you're going to go to the gacha here and do a 10 pull. And you can do your singles afterwards if you want. And after, this is where you have to make a decision. If you like your account, obviously, you can keep your account and keep playing. Yay, congratulations, you lucked out the first try. And if you don't like your account, you're going to want to go back to menu, go back to account link, and there will be a remove option. And you want to hit remove at this point. If you skip this step, it's really annoying because you have to put all the information in like 6 times in a row the next time you run the game. So from this point on, if you want to do a normal reroll session without any shenanigans that we're going to do that are kind of confusing sometimes, and maybe like borderlining that line of legitimacy, as long as you don't multi-instance or macro or anything like that, it should be a-okay. But I don't 100% condone it as always. So if you want to do a regular reroll session here, just close the game, just uninstall, reinstall. You got to do that all again. If you want to do the slightly more shenanigan version of this, you're going to need to follow the link I sent you down there that talks about all of the ways to do this, but I will walk you through it manually so you can see it together. So the first thing we're going to do is close the instance. So we're going to completely close the pre-connect instance. We'll just hit the X at the top. We now have our unzipped BlueStacks tweaker here. This little icon is in the directory that is unzipped from you. We're going to right click it, run as admin. We're going to wait a little bit for it to open. We now have this window here. So from this point on, what we're going to do is go to settings. We're going to go to emulator and make sure this is BlueStacks 64-bit. Mine is already on that selection, but you will have to change it from regular BlueStacks. So the next thing you want to do here is go to the top and click on root. You want to select the instance that you named appropriately on the side. So I click right here. And now you want to hit unlock on it. So this will take a second to get going. And from here, once it's complete, you can now run the instance. So we'll go back to multi-instance manager here and run precone is great. And from this point on, you never have to close the instance. So do not close it at all. And you are absolutely set. Then to make sure everything is working, once you click in here, I actually don't know how to fix this part if it's not working, but try your steps again. You'll have the green little link and then the green link as well. It's not going to work if you don't have those two going. If they're not right, if they're not green, you probably did something wrong. Try again, I guess. Once we've got that going and everything is green and set up right, we're going to click on root and then patch. And this patches it. And then from this point on, we're going to go back into info. And then we're going to click File Manager. And this brings up a File Manager here, which you can now see. And what we're going to do, we're going to start at Data. So we've got Data here on the right side. We're going to scroll down and find Data again. We're then going to scroll down again until we find the Princess Connect one, which is com.crunchyroll.princessconnect. And then we're going to go down until we find shared preferences right here. And then what we're going to do is find this file here, com.crunchyroll.princessconnect, player preferences, and we are going to right click and delete it. And then you are pretty set. So now we go back into BlueStacks Tweaker, and I promise you, you only have to do the vast majority of this once. Go back into root, and then we hit unpatch. So now everything should be set up. Start the instance again, and we should be a-okay. So this will start it off with a fresh instance with all of the downloads already, so you don't have to use your data again, and you just start from scratch and do the whole process again. So once you get into your first SSR, if you're happy with it, keep going to your second one, your 10 pull, and then at that point, if you want to do the re-rolling situation again, it's really, really easy. You just pretend we just got our first SSR and it's not good, it's not who we wanted. You just do exactly what you did before. You click the X here to close it. You go back into BlueStacks Tweaker, you hit patch, and then you go back into BlueStacks Tweaker File Manager. You hit this little refresh button in the top right, and you will now see they've regenerated the com.crunchyroll.princessconnect one, and then we will hit delete, and then we will go back and unpatch, and that's all you have to do to reset everything. I know this seems convoluted, and it is, but it is the easiest way to reroll. There's other ways as well, but I think this is the easiest and fastest way and most streamlined way. So I hope this helped you out, and I hope you got everything working. And if you didn't, I'm sorry. I will try to help you in Discord. Send me a PM or leave a comment down there. I'll try to help you as well. But Discord will get to me right away, and sometimes I don't see all the YouTube. Let me know what this ends up rolling for you, and I will talk to y'all later. Have a wonderful day. Bye, everybody.